Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about VCCV patterns, which means vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel patterns, and syllable rules. On our theme test and on our benchmarks, we've been struggling a little bit with syllables. Even Mrs. Fernley has such a hard time with breaking up syllables because I'm not sure all the time where I'm supposed to do that. So I sent you home with a syllable rules chart. You can glue that into your notebook and make notes next to it if you would like. But first I want to talk about let's take a look at those syllable rules before we go any further. All right, so there are basically 6 syllable types. There's the closed syllable. That would be the short sound, so that would be the CVC, which is consonant, vowel, consonant, such as cat, C-A-T. And then you have a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, which we'll be talking about tonight, like napkin. It goes vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. And rabbit, which goes vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. And that rule is that you would separate them in between the 2 consonants. There's also the open, which is a vowel consonant. That would be vowels such as tiger. It would be vowel, and then you separate it between the vowel and the consonant. Or focus, you separate between the vowel and the consonant. There is the R controlled, which is they call the bossy R. One vowel followed by an R, such as turnip or carrot. So you would have the AR, ER, IR, OR, or URs. And in these instances, you will keep the bossy R with the vowel that is right before it, and then you would separate it right after that R. Okay, then you've got the vowel team. You've got AI, AY, EE, EA, IE, UE, and all of those that are listed right there. Those will stay together in a syllable. So they'll be in the same syllable, such as beaten. You would keep the EA together and then separate it from the rest of the word. And Google, you would keep the OO together and separate it from the rest of the word. And boyish, you would keep the OY together and separate it from the rest of the word. Then you've got the vowel silent E, which would be a vowel consonant E, such as cake. The E is silent in cake, so you would leave that by itself. Same thing with flute. You would leave that by itself as well. You would also not worry about syllables when it comes to words such as this, because even when you're doing your claps, it doesn't require to do it more. And lastly, you got the consonant plus the LE. So LE appears at the end with a consonant. So you would separate it right before the consonant LE. So you're going to always have in the second syllable the consonant LE, such as bubble. You're going to separate it between the 2 B's, so it remains with a B and an LE at the end. Circle, same thing. You're going to leave the consonant C with the LE. In castle, you'll leave the consonant T with the LE. And we'll practice this a little more in class, the other syllable rules, but tonight we're going to focus on vowel, consonant, consonant, vowels. Okay, so we have a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern. So let's write that out. So we'll have a vowel. Oh, it surely doesn't know how to write today. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Okay, and we will separate them between the 2 consonants. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Let's look at harness. We have the word harness. Okay, we have the vowel right there, and we've got the 2 consonants right here. The consonants are in green, the vowels are in blue. So I want to separate this in the middle of the consonants. So my syllable then line is going to go right there. So then it would look like, if you're looking at it on a test, it would be har-ness. That's where you would separate them out. All right. How about, let's take a look at another one. Lesson. Let's look at lesson. Right? So I'm going to underline my vowels, which is an E and an O. And then I'll underline my consonants here. And I'm going to separate right between my consonants. Okay? So if I'm looking at a test, it would be less sun. Okay. And so let's go to another page, and I'll give you some more to try on your own. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple more words. Concert. Let's get that out of the way because I don't want to see that anymore. Concert. Okay, and I also want you to do tomorrow. And last one, signal. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and separate those into syllables. Just put a line through where you think it should be separated. Remember to look for the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern, and then split them right between the consonants. Okay, now that you have done that, let's check your work. Let's see if you got it right. All right, so concert, I've got vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So I'm going to split it right here, between the N and the C. Tomorrow, I'm looking for a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern, which is right here in the middle. I'm going to split right between the R's. Okay, and then here, I'm looking for a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So I'm going to split right between signal, or right between the G and the N to make signal. All right, so let's take a look at our WSQ. Okay, so for tonight's WSQ, write a one-paragraph summary and find 5 words that follow the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern for your partner to separate. Okay, so write a one-paragraph summary and find 5 words. I don't know why there is a period there. And find 5 words that follow the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern for your partner to separate. All right, have a good night, and we'll see you in the morning.